Welcome back to Dirt 5. This series features myself, Soldierboy, and my little boy Wolverine, taking part in all the races Dirt 5 has to offer. This is January's free PlayStation Plus game, and it's the first game that Wolverine has ever raced a car in, other than Mario Kart on the Switch. And he's getting the hang of it pretty quickly. And his first race starts next. It's the Redeemer, at the Redeemer in Brazil. 90s rally car, first time for him, in a rally raid. Now this is a first. He's never driven a 90s rally car yet. I think neither of us have actually. So this is a first for both of us, but him driving. And the Redeemer in Brazil. So this race is a point to point. So it's no laps, it is straight, percentage based. How far can he go? How high can he get in the classifications? Let's see. He starts in last. That's not the best place. But how's he going to go? It's a new track as well for him. So he's still learning as he goes. But he's definitely getting there with the controls. He just needs to brake a little bit more into the corners. As you see there, he didn't brake. He used the car in front as his brake. It's the one thing he forgets to do. But he is learning very slowly. Slowly is the wrong word. He's learning very gradually. That's the word I was after. But I'm impressed with how quick he has been to take some of the control. And he's already had a win in the series. That's always a bonus. Currently in 7th place, taking the inside nicely there, using the car to help him control the turn. He's making us into 4th already. Messes up the corner there, goes straight in, and now we're trying to get the car back going again. Just dropping a few positions. He had a fantastic corner the corner previous, and then had a poor corner there. Just took too much speed, couldn't turn it enough. He's into 8th currently. There's still a plus point on when he started. He started in last, so he's still doing well. Trying to follow the cars ahead of him quite closely, and that may be a mistake. We'll see how he goes. Onto the actual tarmac now. Managed to get some grip going there, but couldn't make the corner. He's using the barriers as much as possible to help him, and then he crashes off the track, and it restarts him back in last place. A bit unlucky there. He was just short of catching the barrier. If he caught the barrier, it probably would have helped him turn the corner. But he just caught it wrong there. The mud, he's struggling a little bit with controls of the car, as it is a new vehicle for him. He's still getting used to it, and he's struggling a little bit with braking. Doesn't seem the fastest either. But he's still going, and he's still enjoying it. That's the main thing, that's the important part. He's catching the car in 11th. He's passed the car in 11th. Nice overtake. Nice little drift around the outside there. Can he get 10th? He can get 10th. Nice corner again. Turned in a little bit too much, caught the barrier, but he's up to 8th. He's up to 9th. He's closing on number 2. Tried to cut the corner there. It's let him do it. He's up to 7th and dropped back down to 9th again. Into the tunnel now. Driving through the tunnel, bit of a gap now approaching from between himself and 8th, but then he's now dropped down to 10th as the car just gets back past. As I say, this might not be the best car, but it's a car we've given, and we haven't bought any new ones yet. I've got to decide when we're going to start buying new cars. He gets spun out there, a little bit hit from behind. He's near the end of the race. It's really unlucky. If he hadn't got spun out there, he probably wouldn't have finished in 12th, but he did. Not bad for his first time in a 90s rally car. He said himself he wasn't a massive fan of the car. He didn't feel like it braked very much, and it didn't seem very fast. So that was his kind of recommendation to what he felt the car was like. I'm not looking forward to driving it myself after that, to be fair. But he did really well, and a 12th place finish is nothing as long as we get the stamp, and he did get the stamp, so that's the important part. Now, for the next race, and this is mentioned in the...
Events like these, that's what we're after. The big, headline-grabbing showstoppers. But they don't just let anyone enter, not even if AJ asks very nicely. So how do I get that golden ticket, I hear you ask? Well, my friend, you gotta work your magic elsewhere. You win a race here, you get your reputation there, and generally just do the absolute best you can. Well, how'd that happen? Here I am explaining how it works, and there you go, boom, main event.
So we have unlocked the first main event. I was going to say, as the title says, sprint cars. So that's the next race we're going to do. We're going to ignore the main events until we've done all these 4 races here. So there's 3 more to go, including the one we're going to show now. And this is the sprint race. A new one for us again. And it is a Hot Sprint USA in Fort Mitten, Arizona. And it's a Jupiter Hawk 410, which is a sprint car. It's the only sprint car available. And these cars are horrendous to drive. And you're going to see why.
In the US of A, USA. USA! Sprint cars are high-powered, open-frame race cars designed primarily to turn left.
And occasionally right.
But mostly left.
They run on short ovals or circular dirt tracks, and strapping yourself into one of these takes no small amount of courage.
If you like power, dirt, and going sideways, sprint racing is most definitely for you.
I love the wheels.
Same. If you want different sized tires on every single one of your wheels, Sprint's got you covered, baby.
So the promo for the event seems fairly simple. It's a oval track. You'd think, that's not too bad, we can do that. These cars have one hidden flaw. It becomes obvious once you try to accelerate after wheeling off the line there. Soldierboy's off. The minute you try to accelerate, the car turns. And trying to control that turn is horrendous. As you can see, we're struggling a bit already. Trying to just accelerate round the track, but turning left too much. But that's just when you fully accelerate. I'm trying, if you notice the throttle now, I'm trying to control it as much as possible, just to keep the car in control. I've never had a car do this before. And it's a new thing to me, it's a new thing to try and understand. But we're doing okay. We're battling now for 7th. We've managed to take 7th. How long we'll hold it for. You can see how much I'm having to correct the turn. I just can't keep the car under control. I think this was probably the worst race of experience so far in terms of being able to control the vehicle you're in. And you have no choice over this vehicle. So it's definitely an interesting one. Okay, drop back down to 7th now. We did have 6th for a little bit. Back up to 6th first. We take the corner quite tightly. Maybe that's a mistake, I'm not sure. 5 laps in total. We're now approaching the last lap. So we're up to 6th. We've hit the cut barrier there. It's not going to help us. We've still got 6th place just. Overtaken by 2 there. Dropped to 8th. Trying to hold it round the corner. This is the final straight. Can we hold a position here and get something decent out of this? We're at the 7th place finish. Very quick race, 5 laps in 1 minute and 25 seconds, so very quick, but I don't like the car. That car is horrible to drive. It just seemed to want to turn left, even on the straights, and I know left is a bonus for the curves, but not on the straights. I've got Wolverine sitting next to me saying, I'm not driving that, there's no way I'm driving that. It's like, yeah, I don't blame you at this point. So that's something we've got to learn to be able to control better. We still get the stamp, so we'll take the 7th place quite happily. As long as we have a stamp, that is the important part, and that means we're finishing that race. And that is about it for this episode. 2 fantastic races, 2 new cars. The results weren't quite there, but I don't think it's been bad. We're still getting used to it. We've got 2 more events to come before we start the main events. And the main events have something else we need to think about when we take part in them, but we'll get onto that when we start them. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.